All right, so today's video, we are going to be watching a gold 2 DPS on PC playing Ashe and Venture. Give you an idea on the hero bans, there was a Sombra, Zarya, Doomfist, Cassidy ban, and they say this game was weird. It started well, teammates were kind, wishing good luck in chat and all, and one player on the enemy team said he came from Plat 2 all the way down to gold in an infinite loss streak. He played Reaper the whole game and was a bit too lore accurate. According to my calculations, he actively participated in 77% of our deaths and absolutely destroyed everybody. I started poorly on Ashe, then switched to Venture, trying to deny high ground and space, but all I managed to do was get flamed by Mercy Ana support, who went from the nicest in chat to basically saying I was trash and that my damage was poor. I won't lie, I had way less damage than our other DPS, made a lot of mistakes, and I still played too reactively. I really felt lost, trapped, and useless. Any advice or critique would be helpful. I have been stuck in gold as DPS since I started Overwatch, and it's the first time I've invested myself in a team-based activity, so I know I have a lot to learn from this game. I've watched a lot of your reviews on YouTube, learned so much from them, and I love your content. Thank you so much for the help you are providing. Well, I will do my best to see what we can do here and to figure out where you can improve at, and hopefully we can figure that out. So here we go. Let's see. All right, see what your goal is here.
Stop the payload.
One thing I want you to try not to do sometimes is stand still in like a little like doorway after you get the initial kill. So something that I think people will do is you'll stay extended in areas for a while. I want to show you something here, how it looks. So I'm doing this more, by the way, where I'm showing people how like it looks from the other team's point of view. I'll show you what I mean here in a second. So this is you standing there. See that? So you go here, you make a cool kill. Now watch. Notice how you're standing still like that? Do you see how easy of a target that can be at that point? I want you to start to recognize that sometimes, where you want to be less of just like standing still there and find a little bit more into the movement aspect of it, because I think that will help you. All right, your option here is to help with the Reaper or to go the other way. You went with help for the Reaper. Honestly, not much you can do about that one. Now you disengage out. You just want to get out. Just get out. You're not going to be able to stay here for long, so the best thing you can do is yep. Okay. So let's take a look here. One, you have two teammates here. A Lifeweaver, a Bastion. Your other teammates have already gone back to spawn. They're probably just going to be, I mean, are they even spawned yet? This is where they're at. You want to back up in that situation. Or if you're going to really do anything, you die in cart, right? What you did is you kind of just stayed on the high ground, extended your stay there, and then here you are. So far, though, this is just your team getting rolled at the beginning. So this is not on anybody or anything like that. You're kind of just getting like, your team never properly disengaged this, and now you're stuck here on this. That's what's happening. Watch out, Reaper in front of you. Good coach gun away. Solid shots in the Ashe. Back away. Back away and wait. You're doing the right play here. This is correct. Okay, now start peeking up a little bit as your wrecking ball's coming back. Pay attention for that. All right, dynamite hit. Okay. Technically, you're still doing the right thing here because you can't push in. The Ashe is to your left. Okay, Ashe is to your left. So don't be afraid to take this angle. Okay, I want to show something here because I think some people will get afraid of doing this. So one of the best ways to retake a point is actually not to end up in the same exact spot as the rest of your teammates. So what I would have liked to see you do is actually eventually rotate this way. And now what happens is, look at this. You have your wrecking ball who will eventually go to the cart. You have you over here who would probably kill this Ashe. They now have to look at you from multiple directions. But if you all go right here, this becomes very easy for the teams to win that. So always look for opportunity if your teammates are all stacked to end up somewhere else like this. I know it takes an extra second, but think about how much times you sat here doing nothing anyway and just sitting there. Some of that could have been you going to that other spot. Your teammates hold it looks like, so you don't have to worry about the retake that much. But I just wanted to show you a different avenue of how to go about that, okay? Positioning, you don't need to be up here. Also, I don't know if you can make that jump. You can. I'm gonna be honest with you, chat. I did not know that it was as capable of that of a jump. I've never really tried it from there because I usually just do it with a mobile hero. So I learned you can use this stairwell to jump up there easily. Good to know. I never really tried it because I thought it was just out of that like slight range. Now I know something. See? Believe it or not, like, I learn a lot from spectating, even by no matter what rank I watch, because I can pick up on things that I may not do. It helps me. Sometimes, okay, just to point out, sorry, before I go there, your position was bad here. Again, you already have, I want to kind of point something out here. Your team has the cart, or their team has the cart all the way back here. There's no way you want to push up all the way up here at this point. You now have to play the defense of this side of the map. Now, if you win 2 team fights in a row, you can push back up, but like this side of the map is where you want to be. So why not like go here initially? Why not go here? Why not do some pop shots and angles? I don't love this spot, but you can get away with it sometimes, right? Instead, you play all the way up here. You're going to fall over. There's no way you're going to be able to survive that, and you basically give them a free kill. So now you're onto the Venture. Now, based off of your position on Ashe, this could fit your playstyle a bit more. Yep. Are you going to get out? Start holding close in Rialto. I started poking a little bit more in Rialto. But technically, yeah. Good aggression there. Wait it out. Okay. You survived this, but I want to kind of give you a bit of a idea of what you might have done a little bit wrong there. You are at 130 HP. You have a Reaper right in front of you who has been dominating to begin with, right? What I want you to do in this situation is just stay under the map a little bit longer. Try to survive, you know, and make that Reaper have to kind of figure out your timing. You kind of went under and then just went right back up, right? Now you're on it, has to focus on you. You know, it takes away resources elsewhere. I just want to point out that, like, little things like that can add up over time. Your pathing right there doesn't make much sense. That's just a little bit of map knowledge right there. The reason why you don't want to path that way is because they're right there. You do get away with it and get a kill on Reaper, so that is good in that situation, but, yeah, you gotta be careful. Okay. Yep. Go for some spam here. This is fine. Go for even more spam. You're fine for now. All right. Waiting on the Reaper. It worked out, so it can work. Okay, Reaper's going that way. You want to spam it as much as you can. Nothing really happening yet. It feels like you're playing Venture like you wanted to play Ashe, or how you should play Ashe, and you played Ashe like how you should play Venture. Like, just to give you an idea, I want you to understand how much downtime you just had from when you were up here to all the way over here before you took your first shot at them or did anything. If you're in Venture, you get to this corner here, start spamming them right away. Heck, get up here. You have mobility to get out, right? You go, well, what do I do if I go up here and they look at me? Okay, Venture underneath, right? You know, burrow underneath, go this way, rotate out. There's a health pack here. Now, by the way, a little bit of a note to players who played Dorado before they made map changes. The health pack is now here. The health pack is here now. I have gotten so many people, and I have fallen over so many times trying to battle for this health pack. There's no health pack here. I've literally had 1v1s here where we're battling to get to the health pack. We get here and go, well, this is a bit off. So it's here now. Just remember. Yes, exactly. Venture's good at, like, poking, like, you know, surviving certain team fights and areas. Like, that's what it's good at. So, yeah. But thank you for the 6 months. Appreciate it. And there we go. Go. You're playing Venture. You're playing Venture. It feels like right now you're playing Ashe. But when you were on Ashe, you were playing Venture. So it needs to be a bit of a playstyle adjustment here. Like, listen, poking from the high ground as Venture can be a viable strategy. But what makes Venture really good in a lot of team fights, at least in my opinion, is your ability to disrupt or engage a team fight and then survive, right? Kind of like Tracer. Think about the Tracer playstyle. You don't need to get kills, but you can engage and, like, start to pressure early because you have survivability. So I want to see you end up doing more things like that. So, all right, here we go. So right now, you're kind of just waiting for something to happen. Like, you had to wait for this Mercy to fly up there, which, I mean, you're going to get the kill. Good job. Great shots there. good job, but there's so much more you could be doing in this opportunity. No. So right there, I guess this is fine. You could have drill dashed in there and killed the bat, but, you know, honestly, I get it. This is gold. There you go. I think it was gold, right? Yeah, I think it was gold.
60 seconds.
All right, back up on the high ground.
My ultimate is almost ready.
Okay, I think you'd be better suited getting a little bit more spam. I get what you're trying to do. You're waiting for the perfect opportunity here, right? You're waiting for someone to walk up these stairs, you to right-click them, whatever your keybinds are, knock them off the high ground, make a sick play. Venture has a lot more uptime than I think some people expect. And what I mean by uptime is there's a lot more damage opportunity to where you can be involved in team fights. Now, let me go to the next part of this because there's layered strategies to this. If you are playing on this team right here, what do you prefer? Walking across to the high ground with nobody shooting at you or doing anything except maybe an occasional wrecking ball pile drive? Or when a team is spamming you out, forcing a cooldown out, doing damage to you constantly. If you told me that you would just sit up here as a team and let my team cross over to here for free, I would be like, thank you so much for making this second point Dorado much easier for me. Because one of the hardest things on Dorado is to deal with the high ground and to even get across to this high ground if played correctly. Now, I know it's in gold, so it's going to play a little bit different pace and wise, but you have so much opportunity here to spam out and just keep spamming them and force that. Then you can go and hide. They have a long way to get to you, right? Also, you have a good amount of HP. You can survive it. So anyway, it seems like you're waiting for this like one perfect moment, and that's going there. So there it is. Hey, you're spamming. I'll take it. I mean, it's on a Orisa, but hey. Now, if you wanna go up above, okay. So like, there's some plays you could do here that could be kind of fun. You could go up above onto the other side of like where that like bridge areas where like snipers sit, and you could like flank them with your ultimate and then get out and survive. You could go here, but you're not. Your Ana, okay. Your Ana just went for more of a playmaking than you did. A Reaper went into fade. And your reaction was to hide under the map. And your Ana ran at the Reaper and went for a kill. Think about that. The Ana did. So you just got to be careful. Actually, I don't remember if the Reaper had used Fade. But either way, the Ana was the one who did that. You can easily do that as Venture. All right? You have a very safe play style right now, and that's why it feels like a bit of a struggle. Now, are you playing like terribly? I mean, when you have your opportunity to hit shots, you're fine. You're limiting your opportunities, right? Remember how you said that like your damage number was low? Your damage number is low because you're not doing any spam damage to begin with. So you're only doing minimal amounts of damage based off of when they're in front of you. So you're occasionally doing like 300 damage, and then that's it. Then you're AFK for another minute. Do you see where you're losing a lot of uptime and possibilities here? Do you see what I'm saying? How you're losing a lot of that opportunity? Okay. So you see the Ashe, you go here. Now you can wait a second here if you want to, right? You don't have to go in there for it. You can. Okay, I gotta be honest with you. Right now, you're basically. You're just never, and someone just said it, you're never involved in team fights. So like, your timings are off, so when you go in to finally go for a kill, you're not able to get that kill. Why are you not able to get that kill? Well, I can explain to why you're not able to get that kill. You ready for this? You're not able to get that kill because you're not going in to do anything. And then you're just getting out. You go in, you burrow, you leave. I've watched you just circle around in a burrow like you're playing like a shark. You know what I mean? Like it's... Actually, thinking of that, I think that was that Jeff the Land Shark. Yeah. Well, you know how a shark like circles, right? That's what I'm saying. That's what it feels like. Yeah, it's really just a playstyle problem. Like I've even seen you hit some good shots when you get into a mechanical like battle. So this isn't a lack of like, oh, you miss every single shot possible of all time. The truth is that you're just not, I feel like you're almost afraid to make a play or even like make a mistake, but that's how you learn and get better sometimes, right? Like if you never go and make a play, you never know if it's a bad play, right? So if you're never taking that risk to go and make a play happen, you're just going to do the same thing. You're going to just rotate in circles, go back and just stand there. So you need to have more opportunity to kind of go in there and try to make a play rather than just sit around and wait for something to happen. I've talked about this a lot in a lot of my spectators before. As you climb as DPS, you need to become a playmaker, right? If you're so reliant on waiting on your team to do something, the problem is there's a lot of variance to the teammates you're going to get, right? Not from like a skill level, that can happen too, but from a play style level. Some players like to play more aggressive. Some players like to play more passive. Some players like to play that in between. Going back to the point I'm making here is that if you're never making a play and then you get on a team where everybody wants to play super passive or like isn't being a playmaker, you're going to have games that just feel like you can never win a game because you're just not really doing anything. So I think you need to already start to prioritize going for more plays and then learn from those mistakes, right? Learn from those, okay, I hecked up here. Okay, that was a good play, that was a bad play. All the time when I'm playing, chat knows this, I will constantly like, I shouldn't have done that. And this is why. I need to play better there. Like, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Be a playmaker. One of the recent reasons why my DPS finally climbed again to a good spot is because I started to be more of a playmaker on my heroes. And then I go from playing a 50% win rate, Soldier 76 to I'm like, what, 70% right now? I'm winning all the games because I'm going for plays. I'm making more plays. I'm being more aggressive. So the point I'm making is that if you just sit back and wait for things to happen, a lot of the time nothing will, and you're just in this like long neutral that is very, very like risk reward. So anyway, keep going. Thanks for all the watch streaks, everybody. Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Aggressive play gets a kill. Anana. Right away. Now imagine if you were just standing around the cart, like going in circles. See what I mean? How different of a situation this is now for your team. Even if they get you here, you gain map control. Aggressive play, 2 Ana kills, the Reaper kills you, now your teammates have a little bit of map control. Do you see what I mean? I watched you do more in that first 30 seconds of the map than you did on that second half. Straight up. Because on the second half, you spent so much time just sitting there. Great play. Great job, and I want you to see that. Now, what'd you learn from that? Maybe the one thing you could have learned from that is like, okay, yeah, but they traded on me, and you say trades aren't good. Fair point. So what you could have done is you could have tried to angle the warrior a little bit more, and then eventually back down and go for health packs, right? Health pack awareness. There's a health pack down here. So there's a world where you could have like kind of put yourself in a spot where you can drop off, even then the Reaper can still get the kill, but there's room for improvement in that area if you wanted to. Again, I think the Reaper still gets you before you get there, but you can have that thought process going like, okay, I want to go for the health pack. Going underneath is fine. You can wait. Yes, there you go. This one I'm okay with. You got to play it safe. Wind Shinobi, thanks for 21 months of the Prime. So thanks, appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, you play scared a lot of the time. And it's okay because like that, we've all been through that in Overwatch. It can take time. What you're doing right there is basically the Orisa looked at you and your initial reaction was to just run away. But now, you're getting aggressive again, and you get a kill on the Reaper, you force the Ashe out. The Ashe is now one shot, a free melee kill, all because of what you just did right there. Great play. Outside of running away from the Orisa, which I mean, technically you could say led to this, but... There you go. Much more aggressive play out of you. And you can see the results of it when you're playing aggressive. All right? I want you to see this. There's advice I give sometimes, and I don't know if it's good or bad. You know, it depends on, you know, the scenario here, right? It can be good or bad in those situations, right? So here's what I want to talk about with this one. Okay, you ready? You can play defense like you can play attack. I think a lot of people, when they get on defense, start to play really passive because it's defense. And actually, it's funny that you brought that up, Witcher, because this was the point I was going to get to. So, like, you can play defense the same way that you play attack, outside of pushing an objective. So you can still be aggressive, well-timed aggression, of course. You have to be a little bit more reactive at times, but I think, like, you can still do well-timed aggression while on defense. And I think that's what maybe you have different play styles? We'll see, though. Because you're already taking aggressive high ground here. You're back to your favorite spot. All right, there you go. Now you have an ultimate. What do you want to do with it? I would say ideally you get behind them and go for a flank one, but at the same time, I'm not, you know, After my play of the game video, it's taking me a bit to get those Venture play of the game. So yeah, you're not. You're doing this. Go, you burrow and then just sit there. Like you waited for all of this to happen to pop your ultimate, rather than try to be aggressive to help your team. And here we go. Here we go again. Now you're gonna try to get out, but you can get out. And there you go. All right. Yep, going in circles. Back to spawn. Here we are again.
Heroes never die.
Hey, you engaged somebody. That's good. Yep. Good job. Up. Uh-oh. Okay. You did that thing again where you went under the ground and then you went right back up. You know, make them have to make a play off that. They end up just wasting their, not wasting their thing. They end up going on the high ground and getting out anyway, so. If you got like points for like good archaeology, I think you would probably be doing really well right now. Because that's more of what we've seen some of this time than we've seen. Alex, thank you for the tier 1. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you. There you go. Good luck with that one. Tunnel vision. So I know that you kind of focus on the Reaper doing really well, but I think you're trying to disrupt that flow too much. And again, this goes back to you playing passive. I want you to think about how you got this attack. An aggressive play by you that got their backline. Why are you not trying to set up to go to their backline, right? You're so... Okay, I'm going to kind of give a little bit of a philosophy here on how to play this, right? If the Reaper is going into your backline and trade in the backline, and you're not going into the backline and trade in the backline, do you see the problem here? So, and this is something I had to learn on tank recently over the past year. As much as you want to help your teammates, sometimes it ain't going to happen in that way. Because they're just going to do the same rotation. Reaper's going to go in, they're going to shoot your teammates, they're going to fade out, they're going to TP back to their team because of the quick major perk, and then you're rinse and repeat over and over again. The first team fight, you go into their backline, you destroy their backline, and then your teammates eventually clean up the team fight and you win a team fight. Instead, you're just kind of sitting around waiting for things to happen, which we talked about previously, and you're not going for their backline. So the adjustment you would want to make here is like, let's go on a little bit of a journey for a second, right? You know, you can path this way, right? You can path this way. You ready? Ready for this? Yeah, but like they're all right here. Okay, here we go. Start making some noise from here. Now you're right here. Start spamming out the Ana. This Ana now has to turn around. Good chance that if the Ana turns around, the Orisa turns around. Now you have a Venture back here, spamming people out in this like vault area, and now your teammates have more space here. If your teammates lose to the Reaper in a 4v3, then so be it. The Reaper's playing well, the backline isn't handling that correctly, and you're fine, right? Like you can't do anything about that, so go for a play here. Set up that, okay, this way doesn't work. All right, take a little bit of a longer route. Go up here. Heck, if you want to have some fun, go through here. Make some noise. Drop down here if you need to. Rotate all the way around through these ways. Go up here. Like you see all these opportunities you have, but what you're doing is you're sitting back here and you're running in circles. Okay? So I hope this is helpful in showing you that like there's a lot you can do when you feel like you can't do anything. You know what I'm saying? This ult timing's okay. I don't mind this. They're backed up. Yeah, good ult. Good aggressive ultimate. And now their backline's dead. Good job. Reaper no shift on point. You know this. Okay, above you, ping. There you go. But you're running away from your team. You have a 4v2 advantage. The first reaction you have is to run away from your team rather than to gravitate this way. There is zero reason to let the Reaper isolate you into a 1v1. Again, see this? Playing it too safe. You're playing it like you always opt for the passive style than you do of like just going to your team on the cart. Because if you're there, your teammates can help you against that Reaper. You can get healed even slightly. Just enough by the cart to maybe get that extra HP you need to go into like the ground. Your teammates get the point, which is good. I like what I'm seeing. I like what I'm seeing. Yes. This is yes. Now make some noise now. Your ball's in. Go, 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 go. Yeah, no, yeah, okay, yeah, Anna's looking at you. Yeah, keep doing that, okay. Now go, ball's in, go, 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 ball's in. You went for the Reaper again, okay? I'm gonna show you a different, you go, yeah, but they're all over here, and I'm over here. Should I not go for the Reaper? Are you ready? Sometimes Venture's about the setup. You ready? Take a left. You get here, you can grab a health pack if they chip you down. Use your right click to go up here. Now you're here. First of all, great spot already. You're in this spot. All right? Can't get anything done from here? Right click up here. Now you have full high ground control against them and you can spam down. All right? Your ball engages. You can drop down now. You can help your Wrecking Ball. Instead of them getting free backline help here, now you can kill the Ana, who's clearly going to fall over here if Venture's here. You get a kill on the Ana. This whole sequence can change. This whole sequence can change. So I want to keep showing you that because I think you're just playing very safe and it's actually losing you some team fights here, or at least not giving you the full opportunity. And to reiterate, your mechanics on your shots has been fine, right? This is a play style issue right now that I think you could take advantage of more, because every time I see you actually go for an effective play, you do pretty damn well. So all right, there you go. You found a Reaper AFK, but that's different, right? The Reaper being out of position on the kill follow-up is fine. Not engaging the Reaper, just trying to do that. Go backline. Go for the, go. Yes. Ana and Moira. Don't worry about the Orisa. Go to the backline. Backline. Nope, you wanted to go for the Orisa. And now the backline's gonna feel a little bit safer. Okay, yes, you're here. You're on the flank. Go. Yes. Now run. If they get you with Reaper, it's fine. Go under. There you go. Go into the backline. Heck the cart right now. Just go. Yes! That's fine, though. Look at how much more of a team fight chance this is when you make a play. Again, you're not winning it, but do you see how different that is from you running in circles doing nothing and then dying to a Reaper and then engaging their backline? There's so much more you can do there, all right? Even if you lost that team, but I want you to see the success of that. You know Reaper has ult, just be careful. Okay. Yep. Cool. There we go again. There it is. You're just taking too many engagements on the Reaper. Too many engagements. Every time.
Excavation initiation.
Okay. Reaper's dead. Not going to judge the ultimate there because it's overtime. Back right. Go back right. Don't run it at Orisa with a right click. Don't. Go up in the air on the Ashe. Don't go in though, because the Bob. You can sit on the high ground and slow play that.
Let the Kitsune guide you.
Your ball gets a kill.
That one hurt. Gotcha.
This has been a long team fight, but I think your team's finally going to go down here. Your Wrecking Ball has been trying on point, but I don't. It's still alive. Wait, that Ashe out of position. The Ashe out of position to your left. You saw the Ashe. Don't go for the Reaper. The Ashe. Okay, your Moira goes to the Ashe. Go in. Yes, aggressive. Yes, it's fine. You booped him away. I know it's fine. I love seeing you play aggressive. I know that you're not going to win this, but that is what I want to see more of. Every time you get aggressive, you get a kill. Every time you don't, your teammates end up losing the team fight. Listen, mechanics-wise, you just need to. Your aim is fine right now, from what I've seen. But your decision-making, play more aggressive, become a playmaker, learn from those mistakes. I want you to see the good plays you made here and a lot of the passive plays you made. Every time you engaged, it was good. Set up when you're on Venture, right? And remember, play Venture like Venture. You're not playing Ashe here, play Venture, right? Each hero has different play styles, right? Sometimes I need to remind myself on that. Sometimes I'll play, I'll be playing Sigma, and then I go, wait, I'm on Sigma. Why am I, you know, or I switched to Diva and I'm playing Diva like Sigma for a second. I'm like, what am I doing? I got to adjust my play styles. Hopefully we kind of showed you some things you can work on, and I think you can improve from there. You got this, all right? You got this. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube if you haven't, leave a comment, all that helps. You want to submit your own. My Discord's where you do that. And outside of that, if we don't watch the next one if you haven't, the box will pop up. And with that being said, hope you have an amazing day / night.